Hey guys, what's up? Joe. I want to do a quick video on this shit, what I'm doing right now. So, Paul, he got me a laptop. When I say got me, I'm saying that basically through his sponsors, he was able to get Gigabyte to give us a loaner, a laptop, right? There's a few things I want to talk about in the sense of like how we set up a laptop, or basically the benefits of working with a laptop and the cons of working with a laptop when traveling and shit like that. Now, first of all, most of all, obviously I got to thank Paul and his sponsor, Gigabyte, because they're hooking it up, letting us borrow this thing. Because I personally do not have a laptop. For the most part, like I work from home, so since I'm home a lot, I have my desktop, and for the most part, I don't really edit off a laptop, right? I just don't have that interest. Now, when it comes to laptops, I've had people like talk to me through chat or through my videos saying that they much rather get a laptop that has everything built into it and basically use that as their main PC to basically edit from, which I can totally understand, right? It's compact, it's ready to go, and there you go. This, just it's a lot easier. I totally get it. But me personally, there's a few things I want to just bring up about editing on a laptop that it's not good, it's not bad, it's just part of it. Of using this laptop when we're traveling. Now, to begin with, like obviously the best thing about a laptop is just compact and it's good to go, right? It's mainly that, but obviously because it's a laptop, space has limitation and then heat. The one thing I will say is that for the most part, when we go to these events, like editing off a laptop is not that big of a deal, right? In the sense of time wise. Usually, obviously, when you render off a main PC, a desktop, it would be a lot faster, obviously, and also you can connect bigger monitors or whatever. But editing off a laptop, you get used to it. It's okay, but I much rather prefer to edit off a desktop, right? But that being said, with this guy, I'm actually gonna be taking monitors with me, two extra ones that you're able to connect via USB to give myself more desktop space, right? Because when you start editing off one fucking monitor is a really a pain in the ass, and I don't like it, honestly, right? So the main thing I'm gonna be doing today is simply that I'm gonna be working on getting all the fucking software installed, right? Because this is basically, well, it's new in the sense that it's not ours, it's a loaner, right? So I need to add all the software into this thing, right? So all my accounts and other crap, I have to log in there, make sure everything is updated and ready to go. So me personally, I really like to use the Corsair IQ software because this thing basically has all my macros set up for both my mouse and keyboards, because that's how I work, right? I use macros a lot to edit. I need to install all that inside the Gigabyte. Since I'm gonna be using the IQ software, I'm not gonna use the damn keypads. Now, when it comes to editing off a damn fucking laptop, using these keypads are not that comfortable, right? After a while, it fucks with me, right? It's very compact. It just doesn't feel right. Whereas obviously the keys on my mouse, on my keyboard, they're more spaced out, and then it feels right. I'm so used to it. And also the handrest, it can help also, right? Whereas on this thing you have your wrist here, and after a while this thing can get hot and does become uncomfortable, right? So I'm thinking about actually taking my both my keyboard and mouse, so I can use it to work with my my IQ software that I'm gonna install on this guy, right? So I gotta get all that set up. So yeah, I'm actually gonna take my keyboard and my mouse, to work with this thing. So basically, I'm just gonna be taking this guy for the screen and for the built-in technology in this shit, right? Also, I have two monitors. I mean, I'm not gonna connect that right now, but I did bring it from Paul's office. There are two monitors you connect to the sides via USB, right? So hopefully I should have no problem being able to connect both those monitors and be able to connect both my damn my keyboard and mouse, right? Without because this thing doesn't have that many USB connections, which is kind of another thing, right? It has one, then a type C. Then it has two more connections here, right? So I don't know, I might have to end up getting some USB, some extensions or something, so I can be able to connect more USB devices through this guy, right? So that's something I might have to keep in mind. So yeah, that's basically what I'm gonna be doing for most of my morning here with this guy. Is basically make sure everything is updated, installing all the software that I need, my apps, my shortcuts and other crap, making sure everything's ready to go, right? Because obviously, as soon as we land, you don't know exactly how good your internet is gonna be, so you just want to make sure you get that shit done ahead of time and get that ready, right? So another thing is personal accounts, say if you travel a lot, you know, go out of seas and shit like that, then like this, where basically you might want to have like a different account that you use specifically when you go overseas, right? In the sense of like, I don't know, a Google email or an account or something. That way you can log into like a laptop or something when you're going overseas. That way you can be more at peace of mind to not get like hacked or whatever. Now, for the most part, I do have like separate emails that I use for different accounts, right? I had to use a different email for this laptop. But usually what we do is that like, at least Paul, before he returns the laptop, he does me the favor of make sure he does a completely clean reinstall of the laptop to make sure when he returns the laptop, none of my personal information gets returned, right? So that's something I appreciate that he does, right? But yeah, that does happen. But for the most part, like he doesn't do that until like, you know, he's completely done with all the videos. That way he makes sure that if there's anything that he needs to like have access to this computer in the sense of like, I don't know, any files or projects or whatever, he's able to like, you know, have access to this laptop, render out the video or whatever, and then like, you know, he can return it, you know, when he's ready. So usually before he returns it, then yeah, he does a clean reinstall, you know, he does me that favor. But anyways, that's all I have to say. So quick little random video, just let you know that this is pretty much the process of me like traveling to Taiwan. I have to like do a lot of like prep work on the hardware here to make sure everything's ready and good to go. So anyways, Taiwan, I'm gonna be doing a lot of vlogs, so a lot of those videos are gonna be run and gun and quick to the point, so they're gonna look like this, just a lot of like me rolling out of bed looking like shit. So yeah, be prepared to see my face like this a lot, but sober. I'm not getting trashed. Anyways, that's all I have to say. Thanks for hanging out with me for a bit. Take care and peace.